Hello. So can you think yourself right out of thinking about your ex-narcissist? And I think you can. I think you can think yourself right out of thinking about them. I'm sitting alone. This is alone time. Many of you have it all day long. How do you spend it? What do you think about? If you're in a relationship with a narcissist, I know what you're thinking about. We're always obsessing. It's a very tightly wound circle of time where all you think about is the narcissist. And when you're trying to break up with a narcissist, all you're doing is thinking about your narcissist. And even when you just broke up with your narcissist, you spend some time thinking about your narcissist. One of the very freeing things when you let go is that you accept that it's none of your business what the narcissist is doing. Like, that point's coming. If you're in the thick of feeling that way, and you might say, I never had any alone time to think. What do you mean? Everyone has alone time. Whether it's driving your car to work, or if you're working out, how are you spending it? Maybe you're listening to music, but every time that I get a chance, I bask in the thought processes of my whatever. What do you think about? Do you think about your kids? Do you think about your parents? Do you think about... There are other things to think about in life once you get free of the weight that's lifted from the narcissist. And I have a list of 7 things. And I thought of that expression, my opinion of you is none of your business, and like vice versa, their opinion of us is none of our business. So that's kind of the angle I'm coming at it as. I got to the point where it's none of my business what's going on, so I can't concern and worry myself to death about it. Do you follow what I'm saying? So here goes the list of 7, my family's number. Number 1, you don't worry about what they're doing or who they're sleeping with. It's none of my business. You might say, but what do you mean? How can you turn off worry? How can you just stop worrying? I understand that. Forgive me, that's an alarm. I understand that. But what I'm saying is, if you start to think of it as it's none of your business, it will free your mind from having the right to think about it at all. You'll start to look at it differently. Just listen. So number 2, who they're with or playing around with. Again, if you've broken up with them, it's no longer your business. I'm being fresh when I say it's none of our business. On purpose, though. It's none of our business. Think of that as a wonderful thing. It's none of our business. None of our business. Number 3, if they're on a dating site. Now, you can't stop obsessing over that once you break up with them, many people. I don't even give it a thought, because I know he was doing it when he was with me. So why would it be different now? I don't care now. It's none of my business now. It's none of my business. It helped me turn a corner, I'm telling you. If they said they were where they said they were, if they were where they said they were, none of my business. I don't know where he is. I don't know what, as far as like movement in the world. I know what he's doing. I don't have to ask. I don't have to wonder. I know what's going on. He was doing everything that he was doing with me, so it's just multiplied when they're not with you. So, number 1, what they're doing. 2, who they're with. 3, if they're on a dating site. 4, if they are where they said they were. And number 5, if they're going to call us or show up. We don't care. That's a weight lifted. They're not in our life anymore. We don't have any of the worry. Think of the amount of time that was spent, the angst that was spent on that topic alone. Whether they were going to call when they said they were going to, or show up when they said they were going to, or call us back after they said, I'm just running in to get a coffee. Meanwhile, it's 4 weeks later. It's the longest coffee you ever heard of in your life. I know. Not that worry. It's not my business. In fact, I've asked him not to call me. And it's certainly not my business whether he is calling. They're doing all of these things to other people. They're just not doing them to us anymore. Which brings me to number 6. If they are triangulating, gaslighting somebody, it's not your business. It's not you anymore. They are somebody else, but it's not your business anymore. And it's sad, because that's the reason I'm doing these videos. I don't want them to be able to do that to somebody else. I want every single person on the face of the earth to know about these kinds of people so that they spot them and don't have to be the person, the next person. But we know he has the next person. That's their pattern. But whether or not they're triangulating or gaslighting as an activity upon you, You don't have to worry. You know why? It's none of your business. I just started to think about it. It's none of my business at all. And I got to a point that it helped me with each one of these things that I'm listing, that I stepped back and thought, it's none of my business. No more than, I don't know, you might be with the same man 30 years, but if you've had 3 boyfriends ago, you don't think about those people. That's none of your business. It's the same thing. Just get there faster, and it helps you turn a corner. Number 7, if they are ever coming back, none of our business. Meaning, we've decided if you've gone, we've decided, regardless of what might be tucked away somewhere, you have decided with head, heart, and soul, you know you should leave. You've left. Whether or not they come back is none of your business. You know what's going to happen. It's their pattern. They will be hoovering you at some point, in some way. It's very odd that they don't, because they recycle old supply when the new supply gets bored. They've been with you. You are therefore an old supply. They'll always reroute through all of their old supplies. That's what they do. That's what the bench is. So we're now bench warmers as exes to the narc. How much you allow them in is your business. That is none of their business. You don't need to explain to them that you are no longer going to accept what they give you. You can shut the door and decide for yourself that what they do, they're going to try to get back in, but will they? Can they? That's up to us. So we can decide whether or not they are successful in that quest, that hoovering quest. So that becomes a very strong, powerful thing, because at the end, you can say no. You can decide no. You can exercise no. That's why it becomes none of our business, because we get to the point that it's not even our concern. It changed inside. It's not my concern, in other words. And bathe in the light of that. Like, that's very heavy. That's a heavy burden lifted when you think about you're free. And you might say, well, how do you get there, though? You can't just decide to get to that point. No, but you can choose to spend your alone time thinking about things other than what they're doing. It's none of your business. Start thinking about your own business, your own life, your own things in your own life. Start to remember before the narcissist what you used to think about. Or if it's been so long, start to look at what you'd like to think about. Lyrics to music. Remember, we used to do that when we were teenagers. We'd listen to music for hours and read the lyrics. I still do it. Because we wonder, don't we? And we worry. And we do. And I don't want to make light of the fact that we're always going to worry. But as I said, I just started to think of it like, he acted this badly when he was with me. I can only imagine what's going on, and I know, and I don't have to wonder, and it's none of my business. And I will not internalize grief any longer over something that's not even my business. Do you see? I thought about this for a very long time to land there. In other words, we're getting ourselves all fatutzed post-relationship, and what's going on in their life is no longer our business. If you really did put a door on them, and that's them, and this is you on the other side of the wall that you put up, what happens over there is none of your business. Why are we worried about it? We internalize so much grief, worried about, oh my God, I just know he's with that girl. I just know he's saying this to her, or I just know. I know, I did it. I absolutely did it. Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm so dramatic. You don't even know. It can get bad. But then I turned a corner and thought, but it's none of my business. I don't have to spend any amount of angst or worry being anxious over something that is absolutely not my concern or place to worry about. They're living the same life of debauchery. they're selling it as great and they're miserable on the inside. You can bask in the alone time that you have now and think about wonderful things. Pull out music, read a book, work out. Your alone time is all yours now. Don't spend it obsessing over what is none of your business. Just keep saying that. It's none of my business. You start thinking of it in a business like what, like it takes the romance out of it. Like it's none of my business. Like you don't want to gossip in friends' lives. It's none of your business. Like that. Start thinking of it like that. Like remove yourself from the romance of it. Anyway, it helped me. I hope it helps you. Anything that I think of that I think might help you turn a corner, I like to share. Stay strong.